what's up? Ah, it's the Dark Queen. Where's my lightsaber? Oh no, I can't find it. I need someone to save me. Well, I guess for this video, I'm going to repaint Cleo de Nile. But before we do, I'm going to show you my concept art that I posted on Instagram a little while back. Meet Excalibur, an excellent swordswoman who isn't scared of much. She doesn't care if what she's doing is truly right or wrong. She just believes that everyone should make the most out of their lives, and if anyone tries to impede that, whether it be through slavery or destruction, she'll stop them regardless of the cost. Excalibur can summon her golden armour at will and fights with the legendary sword of the same name. However, she lives with a curse. She must retreat back into the sword just like how a genie does with a lamp or bottle every single night. As many of my friends and family know, Sonic and the Black Knight is one of my favourite video games of all time. It's very underrated. This character is obviously heavily based off Excalibur Sonic, the final transformation of Sonic during the final boss. I loved that boss when I was 6 and I still love it now. Also, a little while ago, I made a doll based off Melina as the Dark Queen, so it's fitting to have the protagonist of the story as well. And before anyone writes it in the comments, I am very aware that Sonic is male, but since good male dolls are pretty hard to find, I made this character female. After all, this character is only inspired by Excalibur Sonic. In the concept art, I tried to give her blue hair to mimic Sonic's quills, but it didn't really look right, so I ended up switching it to black. Now with the concept art out of the way, let's get on with the doll. I was lucky that this Cleo had a middle part and no fringe. This doll's original hair was perfect, and all I needed to do was cut it to the correct length. Let's start with the repaint for a change. I start off by adding pastel to the eyes and cheeks to add a little colour and eyeshadow to her face. I was going to give her blue eyeshadow to resemble Sonic's blue fur, but I didn't really like how it looked against the skin tone, so I gave it a pass and removed it. Soon I mark out the basic line work with my black watercolour pencil. I try and do it with brown, but my brown pencil just so happened to be the exact same as Cleo's skin tone, so I ended up using black. So I worked quickly and carefully and made the right shape. Now the shape of the eyes and eyebrows are drawn, let's switch to acrylic paint. I made her eyes green, just like Sonic's. You don't see it, but every so often I seal everything together. I seal it here to stop the paint from chipping off. From this point on, I add detail to the eyes with different shades of acrylic paint. I wanted to keep her makeup fairly minimal because in medieval times, women would often disguise themselves as men in order to become knights, so I figured it would look out of place if she was all glammed up. I gave her a serious, concentrating expression since she's a knight. The face-up was actually kind of difficult because I had literally just repainted a Cleo doll and I didn't want the two to look too similar. This is actually the second rendition of the repaint because the first was just too similar to my previous doll. Now I'm done, I seal my doll one more time and apply gloss varnish to the eyes to make them shiny. Her lovely long hair is nice, but my character doesn't have that, so it has to be cut. I felt kinda like Mulan at this point. Oh, sorry, she needs a sample outfit to wear whilst I make her armour. Let's see. This looks nice. Here you go, sorry about that. Now I can begin with the armour. I'd love to give a huge shout out to Delightful for her excellent doll armour tutorial, because this custom would not be possible without it. Her method involves heating up craft foam in order to shape it to the doll's body. It's genius. I'd done it a few times before with my Gardevoir, Gyarados and Sabine Wren customs, but this doll required more armour for the outfit than I'd ever made before. It definitely took a while. Now it's all done, I primed it with a layer of white acrylic paint and then painted it gold. I swear gold paint is always really thin, so it took a few coats. After all that's dry, I dry brushed some parts with a darker gold. It gives it a texture that I like. After all that's dry, I dry brushed some parts with a darker gold. It gives it a texture that I liked, and I could add fake shadows to the armour, almost contouring it in a way. I really wanted a red gem on the helmet, but the only ones I had in the right shape were clear, so I got out some red nail varnish and painted it, and it remains slightly transparent too, which is great. I added many wire loops to the back of the chest armour piece so it can lace up corset style. For the whole doll I was constantly thinking about how the armour could be removable. I never really changed the outfits on my dolls, but I like to know that they could, so I was trying to think of a nice way it would work, and I ended up doing this in the end. For the cape, I attached 2 hooks under the shoulder armour. And then I took a piece of red satin and pleated the top a little, then added the loops. This way the cape can be removed easily whenever I want. I also wanted the helmet to be removable, so I hot glued some elastic on each side. This way I can hide the elastic under the hair so it can't be seen. But be careful, hot glue is very hot and I burn my fingers a lot. You may think she's done, but I really wanted to make her a sword. I printed out a template from the game and taped some thin and flexible plastic on top. Then using my gold 3D paint, I traced a floating design on top of the plastic. When it's dry, I flip it over and repeat on the other side. When that's dry, I cut around the edge but keep the plastic on the inside. Now I glue some painted craft foam cut to the shape of the blade on each side. For the hilt, I made a template of each detail and cut them out of craft foam. I stick each piece together with tacky glue, not hot glue. Since these pieces are so small and fragile, I needed to pick a slow drying glue so I wouldn't end up damaging them or myself. I made two, one for each side. I painted them gold and little bits of red off screen and made a handle using some beads and wire. I was very lucky, I only just had the right beads and stuff and it was just perfect. Then I glue them all together, and now the sword's done. And so is the whole doll. I really enjoyed making this custom. As stressful as the armour was to make, I think she's actually my favourite doll I've made so far. She's quite nostalgic to me and very awesome looking. Please make sure to like and subscribe because it means a lot to me. Also, I'll be doing a Q&A soon, so please ask me some questions. See you next time. Bye!